The Nigerian government has commenced enrollment for a new batch of NPAR beneficiaries. Now, the scheme is in furtherance of President Buhari's vision to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty by creating opportunities that will enhance the productivity of Nigerian youths for entrepreneurship. The NPAR program had enrolled 500,000 beneficiaries thus far, 200,000 from Batch A, which started in September 2016, and 300,000 from Batch B, which kicked off in August 2018. Now, the beneficiaries are expected to spend not less than 24 months on the program and are spread across the key industries targeted by the program, which includes agriculture, health, education, and tax.
Now, for more on this, Librous Oshoma, lawyer and public affairs analyst, joins us. Librous, it's good to have you here on Arise News again, and also welcome to Newsday. And Librous, the NPAR program has actually always brought controversy, but certainly it also touched lives. What's your perspective about this, and how do you think it will change the lives of Nigerians and the participants?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity once again. You discover that in a country where majority of the youth are unemployed, definitely any program that is meant to empower and create opportunity will definitely, breed controversy such as this. And coupled with the attitude, the entitlement mentality of our young people and Nigerians generally, some people will definitely feel they should, ordinarily own the program in perpetuity. But from what I gather, that's really not what the program is designed to achieve. It is designed to achieve and accommodate as many people as it can within, the shortest possible time. Against the backdrop of the fact that you have about 70 million, young people who are unemployed. That's about 45% of our population. And you remember, there's this consistent talk about Nigerian graduates not employable, and not to talk of those, who are not even graduates. And so for a program that is targeted at creating training and empowerment, self-reliance and building entrepreneur, definitely, with that number, 500,000 for a year or 6 months, definitely they're bound to be controversies. So that's why, I think there are all of these controversies.
But when you look at the expectations of the government to lift 100 million people out of poverty, how would you describe the success of this program? The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, which is the supervising ministry for this program, has said just over 20% of those 500,000 people have now created jobs for themselves. Is this going in the right direction?
Yes, any drop in the ocean to at least elevate young Nigerians out of the job market, for me, it's a welcome development. And so to that extent, which was why I also suggested that I think the minister and the program coordinators should collaborate more with hands-on-the-job entrepreneurs. So, apart from just IT, the 3 months IT program that has been earmarked for the program, I also think that, they should collaborate more with hands-on-the-job entrepreneurs, small and medium-scale enterprises that, after training, you can send some of these, participants to. And so with that, you'll be able to accommodate much more numbers, more than the 192,000 that they have been able to accommodate so far. Coupled with the fact that, the number of unemployment keep increasing by the day. I also learned that this year alone, for the second batch that will start in June, for 5,000 applicants, they have about 4 million applications already. So that's a very high number. And be that as it may, I would advise that for the program to be expanded and more successful. And the only way they can expand it is to also shorten the time of training, because allowing participants to be on the program ad infinitum would deprive others also of the benefits of the program.
All right, Librous, there have been scathing allegations being made by the ministry handling the NPAR that slots are being given to APC governors, being given to senators, being given to House of Rep. What do you make of all these allegations? Are they just frivolous allegations, or do you think it's something we need to look into in light of what has happened between the Ministry of State for Employment and the National Assembly?
Yeah, I completely agree with you that in Nigeria, when with laudable programs like this, there's a tendency for politicians to want to hijack sin, and that's why the government need to expand the program, and also that's why I also think that the duration, for training should also be reduced so that you be able to accommodate more people. Because I think at the initial, why you have all of those controversies is because at the initial stage, people would think that the program would just accommodate only those 5,000 people. And the tendency for politicians to want to be the first beneficiary. You remember what happened between Shehu Onigbinde and some APC supporters when he was appointed as special advisor to the Minister for State for Budget. A lot of people felt, oh, look, this is a critic of the government. You can't come and benefit from, the largesse, because to them, the moment government gives you opportunity is, a largesse. But what can be done for me is to accommodate more people, because certainly, politicians would want to find a way to ensure that their constituencies benefit, firstly, because that's what we know even our lawmakers for. We don't ask them the number of bills that they have passed. We want to always ask, what have you attracted to the community? And with the high rate of unemployment, it will be advisable that definitely the politicians will want to take the first, bite. But if this program is expanded and the time, is expanded to accommodate a lot of people and the time is reduced, then you would be able to take more hands. And then the rush for politicians wanting to be the first beneficiary will not be there, because everybody would benefit.
Time should be, at the moment, it seems to be 2 years per batch. And would that have an impact on how effective this scheme would be?
Yes, not from what I also gathered. I have followed the program because because for me, like I said, any program that is designed to alleviate poverty and create employment, being an advocate, human rights advocacy, I have always followed such through. And for not all the courses, for example, would require 2 years or 6 months. Take agriculture, for example, or for the graduate trainee, you do not need, to retrain them for another 1 year. Some of them 3 months, 2 months will be fine. Also, I have been a facilitator at some training schools, and I know that sometimes in 2 weeks, if we put in enough, we're able to achieve much. If it's a hands-on-the-job training. And so for agriculture, for example, you really do not need to keep some of these persons for 1 year. Also for technology, you really do not also need, if you have people who are who have a primary experience in this thing, all they just need is hands on the job or to undergo practical aspect of it. You don't need to keep them for 1 year, 2 years, or 6 months, because what you're basically going to teach them will be the practical aspect of it, apart from maybe building and all of that industry. So for those ones that do not need that long time, I think there's need to scale down the time for training so that you can actually accommodate more, because the poverty rate in Nigeria is high and it is growing every day. And so if the government would want to accommodate as many people as they can, there is need, to actually, expand and then reduce time for intake.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Librous Oshoma, for your views on the program to employ the teeming Nigerian youths that remain unemployed. Thank you so much. Much appreciated your appearance in Newsday.